This time we will be talking about the game Breakout, or many others called Brick Breaker. The objective of the assignment is to add power-ups, change the paddle size, and locked bricks and keys. Like the other games, there are some codes are available in the website GitHub. All of the graphics, fonts, shapes and sounds are provided by CS50. Here we implement a general power-up item by making a new power-up class. This class contains arguments for position, the type of power-up, and if it is on screen and has not been collected yet. We created here a function that extracts the power-ups icons from sprite sheet that is provided to us. We call the frames and main and render it in our class. The power-ups were numbered from 1 to 10. A power spawns randomly and the probability of spawning it increases every time a brick was hit, and once it spawns it falls straight down where it can be collected, and this collection is handled by a standard collection detection. As they're all recorded in a table, once a power-up is collected, it is removed from the table after you activate it, which brings us to the multi-ball power-up. The activation of the power to place to 4 extra ball being spawned close to the original one but 4 slightly varying speeds. The player only loses a life if all the balls are lost. Upon the completion of level, all the extra balls will disappear and the last ball takes its place back in the middle of the paddle. The next objective was to change the size of the paddle when certain conditions are met. We changed the paddle constructor to take in size as an argument. When the player loses a life, the paddle shrinks. On the other hand, upon scoring 7,000 points, the paddle size increases. We made some changes in the interaction between the ball and the paddle, so that the size of the paddle doesn't determine the force exerted on the ball. The next objective is the lock and key. A locked brick can only be broken if the player has the key. We put the count of the keys in the bottom. The key is basically a power-up and is twice as likely to spawn than the multiple power-up. If the player has no keys and the balls collide in the locked brick, the ball will bluntly be reflected. If the player have keys, then the ball hits the locked brick and destroys it while using up 1 key, and the player will be rewarded 200 points. Once the player starts the game with 4 keys, a new one is provided after losing a life, and at the beginning of every level the keys obtained in one level are carried forward also. The key power-up only spawns when there are locked bricks left in the level.